Welcome back to the channel, folks. Semi-original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another live league game of the day. Today, BigJoe versus wyam1694. That is what we got going on here. We are playing on wind circulation. This is a standard map, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one, folks. This one was actually submitted to me by one of these two players, so it was pretty cool. I wasn't actually asking for any submissions for this series, but if you do have games that you do want featured on the live league game of the day, you can send me a message on Discord. I am Mr. Cannon / semi-original guy on the Advanced Wars by Web Discord, or you can actually click the link in the description below to join my Discord and send me the link there personally as well. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can reach me on the site as well. So, Mr. Cannon is my name, so find me. Alright, folks, so this is a pretty cool one. By the looks of it here, quick sort of look at the map here. It looks like it's base light, a lot of airports. There's a lot of airports on this map. I'm not really a huge fan of the position of these airports. Very odd placement here. You can see we have one here and one here, and they're actually directly in range of each other. So if one player does cap one, another player caps another one. That is direct line to the old airport. So that's a battlecopter range. Not really feeling that too much, but I don't really think that's the way that this map would play out. It would probably play out that one player would cap two and the other player would cap two, and it looks like it's probably going to be a mad rush to the HQ. But, I mean, we have a base here, we have a base here, and vice versa. So, I mean, the immediate reinforcement range would probably be right here in the middle, so it would make it very difficult to actually do an HQ push. However, not impossible for sure, folks, not impossible for sure. Alright, so it looks like pretty low income for the most part. I'm not actually going to count the properties. I'm going to say it's probably like, I don't know, maybe 18 or something, but either way, should be an okay one. Now, we have Jess and Adder today, two common picks for tier 4. Jess, we covered Jess many times on the channel. You know, she gets a deduction in firepower by 10% of those infantry, air units, and navy units, but gets 10% firepower on all of her land vehicles, so it can make it very effective. The turbocharged co-power increases that movement by 1 and increases her firepower for those vehicle land units. And in addition, the overdrive super co-power will do the exact same, but plus 2, and that firepower threshold, I believe, reaches about 140%. So, pretty effective super co-power, all things considered. Now, Adder, on the other hand, he is a very different CEO. I don't think anybody has really played the way Adder is played. Now, Adder, he has no day-to-day abilities at all. However, the thing that makes Adder super good for tier 4 is the fact that he has a 2-star co-power. Now that is side slip, which will actually increase his movement on all of his units by +1. Now that's infantry, air units, land units, battleships, you know, they all have +1 movement. Not that you would want to move a battleship very much, but you know, you never know, situation might arise. Now, Sidewinder, the 5-star co-power, will increase that movement range by 2, and that's it. You know what? That's it. That's all he's got. But the fact that he can spam out his powers really quick with a 2-star power and even a 5-star power. If you bank up that full charge meter up to 5, and then you pop a co-power, and then next turn you can pop another co-power simultaneously, getting massive value out of that. Now, there is a drawback with that because of the diminishing returns when it comes to co-powers. I mean, you would be on your 3rd co-power cycle at that point, but, you know, you get +1 movement on your units for 2 turns in a row, plus the 10% defense and offense that you naturally get from co-power use. It can be pretty effective, folks. Alright. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this one. I am looking forward to a good one, considering this one was sent in to me. So, I haven't actually really looked at it, so I'm kind of curious, but we're going to play it. We're going to play it, folks. Alright. Number 1 priority of Advanced Wars is the standard infantry builds. You got to get the infantry on the field, folks. I don't like this already. So, unit face direction left, a unit face direction right. That is how we are going to play this, folks. They're going to be looking at each other. These little creepy alien men. versus these Aztec warriors. Who is going to win? I don't know. I have no idea, folks, but I do know that YM here is rated close to 1,300, and BigJoe, I'm pretty sure, is close to 1,100 on the normal Global League rating scale. However, I believe their live league rating is about similar, sitting around like that 900 and something range, mid 900s. So, gonna see how it goes here. Okay, so anything out of the ordinary so far? Not really that I can see. I mean, both players are just going for the standard capture chains. I wouldn't say that anything stands out as different really at the moment. We do have this infantry going here instead of going here, which is a little bit different than what's going on over here, but I wouldn't say that that's like a game-breaking thing or anything. I mean, this infantry will have access to being able to capture this or this next turn, the city or the airport. It would also be able to go on to the mountain and then start capping that middle property. So, I don't know, you know, I'm not sure which one is the way to go for this one. Okay, so we're not going to do either of those. We're just going to shimmy over here. Okay, so it looks like we're going to try to keep our forces together. Maybe we're going to try to do a big push and go over and grab this airport. That might be possible, but we do have to do something about the artillery, which is sitting right there. Right there, folks, blocking off that airport. So, I don't know how feasible it is to grab that airport with that artillery right there. The only way that we would be able to dislodge that artillery would actually be with an air unit of our own, or another artillery unit, but we're going to need 2 artillery in order to do that, because 1 artillery is not going to get the job done, folks. Potential for this would be to like capture the airport and then funnel a battlecopter all the way over there, but that's like 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 days, 5 days before you actually destroy the thing. It's a lot of days for a battlecopter to just be focusing on an artillery. Now, if you did build a battlecopter, you would be able to bring it over here. Maybe it would fight for a while, maybe it front shift a little bit, maybe it fight for a little while here, and then you eventually start attacking it when it's at, like, I don't know, maybe 7 HP or something. You know, that's always a possibility, but I don't know. I don't know what the scenario there would be. Alrighty. Oh, the other thing, too, is, like, in order for us to actually gain the comm tower, we have to delete the artillery. So this is going to be a comm towerless map unless we choose to delete the artillery, which in turn would allow your opponent to capture the airport. So pretty risky stuff. Alright, so we got double tank build over here from Jess and double tank build over here from BigJoe. BigJoe, the adder player. Alright. Pretty good, I would say. You know, we cover this one, we cover this one. No matter where we move with this one next turn, we will have coverage from that spot right there. I do favor Jess's tanks, though, in a one-to-one matchup, for obvious reasons, against an adder. You know, we do have that 10% bonus, and in the center, we have these 0-star terrain shoals right here, surrounded by heavy terrain. We have 2 3-star terrains and a 2-star terrain right there. So, fighting in the center is going to be pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous indeed. Alright, 4 tanks on the field over here from BigJoe, 3 tanks on the field from YM. However, we do have 14,000 funds in the bank, so that is double tank territory. As we know, DTT in the house, 14k. There we go, 5 tanks on the field. They're primed and ready to go. Absolutely no way to be able to attack any of these tanks. They are full defensive. They are just waiting for BigJoe to slip up. You know, if he moves one of his tanks out of position, it is going to be a danger territory. Now, with 10% firepower, you do have a slight possibility to 2-shot a tank on a city, but it is very low. Not necessarily something that I would go for, but you can 2-tank infantry it. Pretty high chances of being able to KO it that way. But unless you have that 120% firepower, it is really a gamble if you're going to be doing that. However, you know what? Sometimes you're a gambling man. And now we have tanks moving in. We have a tank infantry engagement right here, taking on the infantry, and then we go down and strike a lone infantry right here. Now, I'm really hoping that we have a plan right now, because we do have, well, at least 3 tanks right here versus 2. We do have backup tank right here, but I think we definitely need to maybe bring this tank and sit it on the city. No, maybe not the city, because we do, I don't know, it might be possible. Let's just see what YM does. Going in and capping the property. Alright, so threatening the cap on the property. And we're just going to keep the tanks out of range. Okay, that's... Excuse me, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Absolutely nothing out of the ordinary there. We do have a battle copter build and a T-copter build. So it looks like YM is going to be deleting that artillery. And he's going to be funneling an infantry over there to grab that comm tower, secure that 120% firepower on those vehicle units. A battle copter is moving in, taking a free shot on an infantry right now. Absolutely no reason why you would not. There's no counter for that guy yet. So we have a double attack down here from the 2 tanks onto this 3-star terrain. Like I said, not guaranteed that it would go through. But with the use of 1 more infantry, it is very possible. Then we'd be able to put another infantry right here and possibly KO this guy. So let's see if we got that go. Ooh, a little bit feisty with our other tank here. We put it over here, take a shot at this guy. It's a pretty risky scenario doing something like this, to be completely honest, because we do a little bit of damage to these guys, but we leave a direct line for 2 of our big units to get hit with another guy. Like it's probably fine if you got like 2 tanks. I mean, tank would take that guy out. This guy would like go back. Could even join with one of the tanks after it takes battle damage, and then this guy would move in, take maybe a shot at the 7 HP. That might take it all the way down to 1 or possibly 0, but I don't know. It puts it, as I said, a little bit of a disadvantage, I think, if the combat goes in YM's favor here. So we'll see what he ends up doing here. Alright, anti-air is moving in. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here. So we have a deletion of the artillery unit, and we are going for that comm tower. And we are going for an attack, bringing the tank back. I don't think we should have did it that way. You know what? This guy's like in range to hit from here. If anything, you hit from here and you KO this guy. That's a 2 attack right there, and you just KO him. You take him off of out of the game right there, and then you can get another attack and bring another tank down. So I think that probably would have been a better choice, but who knows? So we're going for an 8 HP tank next turn. Okay, I think that's fine. We build a battle. If we're gonna build the battle copter, we should have just did the attack. I feel like, yeah, like 100%. We could have just taken this guy off of the field. Battle copter build there. I mean, these 2 tanks are completely safe. There's gonna be absolutely nothing attacking those guys. And this guy isn't even in side slip range to attack this guy. So you have this 9 HP versus a 7 and a 4. Now 7 and a 4 would definitely do a lot of damage to this guy, but we would have like a 5, would be a 6 right there, a 9, a 10, and a battle copter just ready to attack right there. So we'll see what happens here. It is Big Joe's turn, top of the board. We do have access to a co-power, that is the side winder, but we're not choosing to use it yet. We're bringing the tanks forward, getting 2 KOs with 2 infantries here. Interesting right here too. So we're not going in to interrupt the cap. So that is perfectly fine in my opinion. Interrupting the cap would probably just mean that this infantry would end up dying anyways, and it's very likely they would probably just get the cap anyways. So securing a KO on an infantry is not really that bad of an idea. So I think it's okay. Tank plopping right on the HQ, joining 2 tanks up to get a full HP tank. And building more tanks. This is the tank show, folks. We got lots of tanks on the field. This is beautiful. Like, how many tanks do we have on the field? 5? 7? Holy moly. YM, we're gonna have to pick up that tank game here. Alright, so battlecopter, only real target that the battlecopter has right now is maybe striking this infantry over here, or maybe attacking this infantry right here. Might be an okay idea. Like maybe attack this infantry. I think that might be an idea, so we can attack that infantry, maybe secure the cap, bring the anti-air down, but then we have to watch out for side slip range. We have to bring the anti-air like that's not even a safe spot. We could bring like an infantry down here, like, maybe bring 2 infantry down here, block this guy off, and then keep him here. I don't know, we'll see. We are taking the safe shot on the infantry. You cannot blame the guy for that one, especially with a battlecopter so close that has the co-power ready to go. We don't really want to be risking that. Playing super defensively at the moment, though. We are pulling back from all of our properties, and it looks like we're just preparing for the Sidewinder. Now, granted, this was very overextended at the moment, so pulling back to a more defensive area over here is perfectly fine, especially when we bust out our Lord and Savior, the classy medium tank, folks. That guy is going to be showing up with a vengeance. He has a plan, and his plan is violence. That's what's going to be happening. The classiest form of violence you can get on Advanced Wars by Web. Alrighty. So, not really too much happened this turn. We pulled back full defensive position. So we're starting to get into that old game of advanced walls right now, which is not really the best game, but you know, sometimes that is what happens. So as predicted, both sides actually captured these two airports themselves, so fair, you know, fair. It's kind of, I guess that's just naturally what would happen on this map. Alright, it's a shimmy turn, folks. It's a shimmy turn. We are moving around. Now, if we take a look up at here at the time, so we're on day 12. YM is a little bit lower on time, sitting at 8 minutes 25 seconds. Big Joe's sitting at 11 minutes. 11 minutes in the bank here, so he's got a little bit of thinking time. Whether or not he's going to use the thinking time is another story, but we do delete that artillery, and we go up and plop the infantry onto the comm tower. We have a comm tower coming our way here for Mr. Adder. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. All right. Classy boy of the sky alert here. We have a bomber on the field ready to go. Next turn, this guy's going to be whooshing up and doing all sorts of menacing things. Now, bomber. Good. I'm not even going to say anything, man. Let's get the bomber. Let's get him on the field. Alright, Bloom going up and capping one of the properties here after a cheeky little engagement from the mountain here from YM. This cap is definitely not going to be going through. There's definitely interrupt potential unless we're going to full surround it or something. So let's see if a full surround does happen. So we're not going to full surround. We are going to use it as bait. If you see somebody plop up with a single infantry going to cap on one of your properties, just know that that is definitely bait territory, and you want to be watching out for it. You don't want to be putting your army into a sticky situation, folks. We do not want that to happen. Alright, so Big Joe going up and capping two of YM's currently owned properties, and is basically doing the exact same thing. Except he's actually got it surrounded, so very cool. Fairly strong position here with the mountain to the road here. Now, I mean, stupid thing. There is potential for a break here. I mean, we do have a co-power ready to go, or almost ready to go. I mean, after 2 tank strikes, we're gonna have a co-power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good, smart. Keeping that bomber out of the 7 range for that co-power. You don't want a surprise co-power to just be popping up out of nowhere on you, folks. And we do have a turbocharge. Okay, so we got the turbocharge. We're not going to be able to hit the bomber, but we might have access to a couple hits here. I'm not really super feeling the turbocharge potential at the moment. We have a lot of units that are out of range, like 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks that are out of range of actually striking tanks. But the only real attacks that we have is like a medium tank attack and 2 tanks, and that's pretty much it. So not super feeling this attack right now. We're gonna see what happens. Okay, so we do it to pretty much interrupt the cap. In all reality, I mean, the cap doesn't really matter too much. I mean, if he gets the cap, that kind of sucks, right? But we just took this cap down here, and we got a lot of like threat down here by the the HQ at the moment. Like, imagine if we like just completely 180'd and just like flipped over here to the HQ. Like, would that even be possible? Yeah, so this is our position right now. We could like just bring all this down here. I don't know if it would work or not. Probably wouldn't, but either way, you never know. Alright, so unfortunately, I can see with the co-power here, this entire line here is in super danger. Super danger. So we got the side slip. Let's see what BigJoe managed to do. So we capped the comp tower first. Very good. Good job, BigJoe. That's what we like to see. Don't do the things that I would do. I'm going to tell you that much. Alright. So loading up the T-copter, taking a shot at the infantry. Not even worrying about the cap. Very nice. Ooh, a little sacrifice here to take that tank down to 7. Are we going to be able to one-shot it at this point? No, we take it down to 2. And, ooh, oh, that classy boy. Oh, the classy boy. Oh, no, he's taken all the way down to 1. Oh, he's taken down to 1. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Now, unfortunately, the classy boy of the sky here, the bomber, is now in a very dangerous situation, considering that there is an anti-air right here. Just thirsting for a dirty old hit right now. So let's go ahead and see that hit in the flesh here. You know it's coming. The classy boy does survive with 1 HP. Oh, bomber takes a big flipping shot all the way down to 2 HP from a single anti-air. And YM is actually pushing up, doing a little bit more damage here. So you know what, that counterattack wasn't actually enough to stop these tanks down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks versus 5 tanks in the center at the moment. Ooh. Plus a couple anti-airs. Alright, so day 15 at the moment. YM is now ahead by 2K. So he's at 20 properties to 18 properties. Day 15. The times are running out, folks. YM is sitting on increment at the moment. He spent a long time thinking about some of these moves, and now he's down to 14 seconds. Only going to be getting 2 minutes a turn now. Alright, BigJoe sitting at 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Pops another side slip. Let's see what is possible here. Continuing the cap. Destroying the infantry. Oh, I almost thought for a moment that we might be able to get on that HQ, but it's not possible with just the side slip. We would require a sidewinder for that one. But the southern infantry are doing a little bit of work down here. Sacrificing one of our infantry to take this guy down to 9. Not really too bad of a move. You know, the infantry's not going to be doing anything else, so you might as well get that done. Alright, double battlecopters moving in, tanks going down, 2 HP bomber not giving up yet, doing a big spanking 1 damage. Big spanking 1 damage to that tank right there, not too bad at all. And we are not attacking the anti-air. I guess our bomber is already doomed. We got 2 battlecopters here though, which I'm not really like super feeling. Got another anti-air there. Yeah, I guess we might as well take out the tanks. You know, tanks are a little bit of a bigger threat. What? Oh, we would be able to get a much bigger attack on this guy, I think. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Okay. That HQ is under massive threat right now because there are 2 healthy infantry and a 6 and a 4 HP infantry sitting right beside that HQ, guys. We gotta be watching that guy like a hawk. Alright. So, double tank and a battlecopter build this turn. 1K left in the bank. YM, we only have 2 minutes on the clock, so let's see what YM comes up with. Alright. We bring the T-copter back. Take out the bomber. So bomber's not really like much of a threat at the moment. It's only going to be able to do like 1 damage to things. I might consider 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might consider like the battlecopters more of a threat than the bomber at the moment. I mean, we could take both of those guys out, but there's more tanks here than we got tanks right now, so it's a pretty dicey situation. Okay. Medium tank getting the heal. Good. Protecting that HQ. Destroying some infantry. Moving the anti-airs up. I feel like we probably should have taken out those battlecopters. I mean, like I said, the 2 HP bomber, you know, it's a threat, but it's not like a huge threat. The only thing that guy's going to really be able to do is just interrupt caps and maybe do like 1 damage to the occasional tank. These 2 battlecopters right now are massive threats to our infantry and our tanks on the front line. So I would probably, I might be wrong about this, guys, but I'm deeming those guys a bigger threat than a 2 HP bomber at the moment. Okay, so we managed to take out a battlecopter down south here. BigJoe coming in. Double attack over here, and we do have a bomber or a battlecopter and 1 healthy tank. One relatively healthy tank. We got a battlecopter up here too, but that's AA territory. That's pretty dangerous stuff. And I mean, YM does have that stinky Neo tank on the field, which is pretty gross. Nobody really likes that very much. There are people out there that enjoy Neo tanks, but I'm telling you, those guys need to take a bath. Alright, all the jokes aside though. Neo tank gonna be very effective in guarding this HQ. I mean, it's gonna be very difficult to dislodge that guy. We're gonna need something big. Take out that guy, like another bomber. Battlecopters are pretty effective. You kind of need like almost 2 or 3 battlecopters in order to take on a Neo tank though. Is that the first artillery of the game? This is the first artillery of the game, aside from the very first one that we started off with. So there we go. There we go. The arty is on the field, folks. Feeling good about that one. All right, side slip once again. Classy Boy is up to 3 HP right now, guys. So he's going to be back in the fight pretty soon. So you guys better be watching out for that guy. All right, so we do have a power from BigJoe. The game is even now, actually, 1919, and YM out of time once again. So I'm going to be playing on increment here well, not even very soon, like at right now. Right now is when he's playing on increment. So let's see what the power has in store here. So we do manage to take out a 6 HP infantry, take a big shot on an anti-air, double attack on the anti-airs right now. So one of them sitting at 5, one of them sitting at 2. Battlecopters are moving in, taking a shot at this battlecopter, doing pretty good damage to that one, I'm not gonna lie. At this moment, like, we'd probably like finish up the battlecopter and then move in with the tank, finish up the anti-air, double strike this tank. Come on, that's what's gonna happen, right? Right? Nope. Alright, it was like almost the same, but like different. Alright, there we go. Got this classy bow of the sky again, folks. The bomber is on the field. Got an overdrive from YM at the moment. A little bit lower in unit count right now, but not really too far behind in unit value. However, the loss of those anti-airs on the front line here is going to hurt a lot when it comes to these old battlecopters on the field. Alright, Neo tank just moving up and just obliterating that tank, just completely one-shotting it, taking it out of existence. And just wrapping around and finishing off a whole bunch of tanks. Unfortunately, our anti-air has fallen to the counter-attack from a 4 HP battlecopter. That is unfortunate. That is not what you want to see. It's like that sometimes, though, you know? It's like that sometimes. Alrighty. BigJoe coming back in. Swiping this guy out. Very good. What else is going to happen here? We have a free shot on the battlecopter at the moment, which is going to be pretty nasty. But we don't take it. Okay, that's fine. Securing our units over here is perfectly fine too. This battlecopter is like one of the only reinforcements for the Neo tank at the moment. But I probably would have taken the shot, but I'm also like, you know, wild and unpredictable, so you never know what's gonna happen. Oh, this Neo tank is just moving around, just stinking up the place, just destroying unit after unit non-stop here. Alright, double anti-air build. Definitely need those guys on the field. Bring the rest of our guys back. I mean, we have absolutely no answer to the battlecopters or the bomber at the moment, so we do not want to be pushing into that. That is extremely dangerous. Bringing our units down south. Securing the bomber with a bunch of our units. Getting a little kill right here. Bringing the 2 battlecopters up north. Just out of range of the anti-air, so that's perfectly fine. Day 20. Holy moly. Holy moly. Holy moly, day 20. Day 20, we're both on increment now. Oh my god. Okay, so this is where This is where the wild stuff happens, folks. When people are playing on increment, you have no idea what's gonna happen. People are gonna resign. That's what's gonna happen. Boom! And the game is over. Big Joe is the winner here today, managing to do a pretty good win over here against wyam in the live league. So very, very cool. Congratulations to Big Joe, and very good game, wyam. You played it very well. Unfortunately, you know, there was just a few moments there when the battlecopters were just too darn much. Too darn much, folks. Now I'm telling you, what term is it? This one right here? Imagine if we took out these two battlecopters. No, it was this turn. Imagine if we took out these two battlecopters, because we would have did the exact same amount of attacks in the center, right? But these two battlecopters would have been gone. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, you never know, though. It's live league, completely unpredictable and a wild, wacky time, folks. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the live league game of the day. Thank you, Big Joe, for the submission. I did very much enjoy it. And if you guys enjoyed it too, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. I will see you in the next live league game. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.